I actually have a message for somebody today, and as much as I feel it deep down in my soul that it's a message for me, but I actually feel like it's a message for somebody as well. And that message is be so for real. Be so for real about who you are. Be so for real about who God says you are. I'm trying to speak to my Christian sisters and brothers right now. If you have feel it in your spirit, right deep down in your spirit, that who you are, you believe God, and that be so for real. Claim that. Claim that identity for yourself. That's how you're gonna be able to unlock the things that you want to unlock in your life. Be so for real about who you are. Accept who you are. Accept your thoughts. Accept your beliefs. Accept that thing that God has planted inside of you. You feel like that for a reason. If anything, if you like me and you have had questions in the past and you were like, is this it? Like, is that all there is about life? I feel like, and you feel like you're special and you feel like there is something special and you feel like you're waiting for something, I just want to invite you into Christ. I want to invite you to tap more into that feeling, because that feeling is an invitation for you to dig down into yourself, for you to look inside yourself, because there is a reason why God planted those thoughts. There is a reason why God has given you those thoughts, because He wants you to move with those thoughts so that He can move in who He is. Oh, I feel that for somebody. If be so for real about who you are, be so for real about about who God says you are, be so for real, claim it for yourself. If you feel it that you believe God, and you feel it that you want to live for His will and his good purpose, be so for real about it. Don't be feeling that in isolation and in your prayer closet, if you have something like that, or when you're spending time by yourself and you're feeling this thing and you get out into the world and you act differently, and you act like you don't know that you know, and you know what God said to you privately. Oh, I feel like I can say it the way that I feel it. I feel like I can just pour it out into you guys the way that God is telling me. But the message is be so for real. Be so for real. Be so unapologetic about who you are. You know, when you sleep at nights and you feel things about yourself, and you know and you're confused though, because I will not tell you that in the beginning you understand. You don't understand. You have these feelings and you feel like you have these thoughts at the back of your mind that is calling you into something deeper, into something more. And it's an invitation for you to just sink into that presence, and God will meet you in that presence. God will meet you in that moment. And He's been trying to meet you when you feel like that, like my 3 a.m. gang, and you wake up, not even at 3 a.m., but like when you're alone and it's that time, you're supposed to fall asleep, but you just can't, like you're not falling asleep. You have this feeling that is telling you something. I don't know, God, I wish I can say it how you want me to say it. But that's an invitation. If you are a curious person, if I can just meet you where you are right now, if you are a curious person, it's an invitation for you to dig deeper, because you're special, because God has something in you that He wants to use. And He cannot use it if you do not allow Him. He cannot use it if you do not spend time with Him. I'm not saying go out and be like super Christian and be like super safe. Just give Him your time. And just sit and be like, God, I receive. What is it that you want me to? What is it that you want to tell me? And just sit in His presence. You know, sometimes when I cannot pray, I just be like, God, thank you. And I just close my eyes and I just sink and root myself into His presence. He does say something. Oh, He will speak. He will come. He will come. So I feel like my message for you is be so for real first. Be so for real about who you are and act accordingly and act right and come right. If I can meet you where you are, come correct. So yeah, it was just my message here today, and I just felt like I have to say something. I have to speak. I have to open my mouth and speak, because maybe this is a message for somebody. I'm not someone that talks. Ooh, that's a message for somebody today, because God will change you. But God bless you.